Okay, number one. What's one piece of life advice that you feel can apply to anyone?
One piece of life advice that can apply to anyone?
Like a fundamentally human piece of learning.
To believe in yourself. I mean, as simple as it is, you can't go anywhere without that, like self-belief, honestly. And to trust, because with belief comes trust, and with trust comes like being, right? To be. I guess to be, you need to really believe in yourself, and understand what that really means, who you are, and all of that. So, to go with that journey, that's what I would say.
And I like that because it actually takes that chunk of time to get there.
Right.
So it's kind of, in my mind, it's almost like the question in a way. Like you have to live in order to give anyone else advice on life, even if you're not the end of your life. So I kind of like how that ties in too. It's like before you do anything else, you got to figure out your own stuff and then go from there. So I think that's a cool. I just think it aligns really well.
I think for me, it really boils down to art. So everything is art. Even if you're a teacher, even if you're digging soil, it's art is the expression, how you put your spirit into it. So I feel like no matter what you do, you put your heart into it artistically with the expression of yourself. Because at the end of the day, that you don't live in this life for material or just other stuff. There's always a deeper reason, right? Back then, society says, this is why you're born to help me on the farm. That's why I had all these children, because you need to be hands. But now we're not on the farm, we're in the city. So what's your purpose now? And is it less, or was it more purposeful back then? But so I think at the end of the day, that's kind of the connection piece I try to find.
So it's almost like that, like seek art in whatever you can. Because I hear it so often in athletics too. So I mean, you'll watch like a football game or soccer, wherever you're from, and people go, it's poetry in motion or whatever. And I always, it's also because of my life, but I always think back to that whenever people say art in life, because there's such a beauty to it, but there's also such a struggle, but a beautiful struggle to display that beauty. And I kind of feel like it's the same about life, where it's like we're all going through our own things. We all have the internal thoughts, or there's some days you're tired, or you're just fed up. But when you zoom out and look at life, like, I'm doing okay. And I think that's really cool.
Yeah, express yourself. Express yourself fully in whatever it is that you are doing. Let it fill you.
I'll follow that advice. I'm going to start. Number 2 for you guys. Are you happy? What do you do to maintain your happiness? Or what do you feel keeps you from feeling true happiness?
I wouldn't say happy is the word for me. I feel like happy is something that goes and comes, and that's okay. But I think I have like a maintained level of joy and peace. I feel like happy is like excitement, like happy, I'm not happy, happy, I'm not happy. And then if you base your feelings on happiness, and sometimes you don't really see the clearly. So I would say I have joy. I have a joy that sustains, and I have a peace that sustains. And through that, one time Trophy was like, "Oh, I hope I don't curse the rain." on my bad day because
Mm-hmm.
you know, I don't want to curse the day just because of the rain, you know. So even the hard times and the L's are lessons. The hard times are lessons. We're moving in cycles and circles. So it's there to teach us something, and it repeats. Things repeat itself. And so you have to figure out what is that constant thing that's repeating so I can address it so that I can move into a new cycle of understanding and stuff. And so when I kind of look at things with purpose, that there's a reason behind some things, even when it's hard, it helps me hold my tongue a little bit, just because I'm like, okay, let me see what I'm supposed to see and feel. But yeah, the joy and the peace.
That's the root of it. That's like
It helps you move through.
Am I happy? Generally, yes. And how do I maintain? Honestly, it's gratitude. I think just even in the toughest times, I'm just grateful that I'm able to see the gifts that are around me. You know that that this lifetime I have thus far is really beautiful at the end of the day, and I don't know. I you know, I don't want to shy away from that. I want to. Each day I'm learning how to accept that even more.
Yeah.
That I have this lifetime. I have these guys next to me, and you know, we get to live this story together thus far, right? And it's been a wild ride. So I'm really grateful for that. Yeah, I'm just grateful. That's what keeps it for me, honestly.
Yeah, I like that you brought up that story piece too, because I can't remember who it was, but it was pretty recently. I was kind of reminded of that, like even if you have a day or a moment, because realistically, rarely do we have days. Like usually we have moments and they turn into days, typically. But I was reminded that all adds to the story. So instead of like you be like that, this sucks, or this is too much, or why was I, or heavy or whatever. But I was reminded of that outlook of it all adds to the story. So when I look back, I'm gonna be super proud of myself if I overcame something, or if I moved through something, if I was able to shift my perspective on something. You know what I mean? So I like that you brought that up because it kind of just drives home that point of whether you look at it as kind of the gratitude piece or your peace, like holding that. I feel like that is the thread that kind of it ties those two ideas together, because the gratitude kind of feeds the peace, and the peace feeds the gratitude in a way, especially when you talk about family and kind of that beauty. You can see it even if you were sitting here. Like you guys can't hide the fact that you are poets. I don't know if you're trying to hide it, but you failed. Maybe next time.
I'm a chemical.
Yeah, but I think it's super cool. So thank you so much.
No, thank you. Yeah, this is cool what you're doing. Yeah, reflecting.